We are ready to begin. Colton Armstrong is first, I believe. What are we doing today on this case? It says a motion to revoke probation bond hearing. Is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Number one, all I'm worried about is a hearing. When can we have the hearing? At the earliest possible? When can y'all be ready?
Judge, my answer to that, it turns on us following through with the administrative hearing, the second administrative hearing. Was just sent out on Friday, Judge. It turns out that this particular defendant has 6 additional criminal charges that needs to be added to the motion to revoke probation. So once that's done, state can be ready within days.
Your Honor, my issue is I was just hired last month, and my client really hasn't had it. He's been locked up, hasn't had a chance to fulfill his obligations with me, which is part of the reason I filed the motion for a bond. He does have employment if he's released and has had steady employment for some time. I would still need some additional time to get paid on this case prior to hearing the motions to revoke.
I'm not good. You get paid. We're moving forward. I'm giving everybody 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
That should be
this first amended that has 15 allegations to it. In each case was filed back in February. Why? Why has that been pending for so long?
He wasn't arrested until August 17th.
Oh, he's been absconder?
Either that, Judge, or
he says he's failed to report in number 7, but it's a failed to report by mail or online for the months of November through February as directed. Failed to report in person on December 9th as directed. So that was since it was in January. Okay. So who is it says Natalie Jones, but someone else is here. Yeah.
Your Honor, Ms. Jones is out of the office due to a death in her family.
How long has the defendant, was the defendant an absconder from actual in-person reporting?
Your Honor, according to what I can determine is Hardin County returned his case in January, and then he was actually in custody in Orange County in April of 2022. And he looked like he was released at the end of April, and then according to AS 400, I believe he went back into custody at one point in May, on May 25th, but was promptly released shortly thereafter, a day or two after, and then he went back into custody in August 17th of 2022.
It says, I have something here that hadn't been signed. It says judge signed. Am I supposed to sign this?
Your Honor, I sent the second amended hearing Friday shortly after lunch.
This is the one that was just sent on Friday.
Okay.
And that alleges 3 evading arrests, 2 failures to ID, and 1 resisting arrest, which is all part of the reason why the delay, Judge.
Okay, we've got 15 grounds of error, 15 allegations of violations of probation in the first amended. Probation office has sent me an administrative hearing memo recommending a second amended be filed to add committing the offense of evading arrest, resisting arrest, and those are on February 17th of 2022 in Jefferson County, Texas. Then committing the offense of evading arrest, failing to ID on or about February 14th, 3 days before that. And then committing the offense of evading arrest and committing the offense of failure to ID April 3rd of 2022. And preparing for court, the above additional charges were located in Hardin and Jefferson County. The Hardin County charges, which are evading arrest and failure to ID and evading arrest a second time and offense of failure to ID, 2 sets on February 14th and April 3rd of this year. This memo states that they were disposed of, those charges were disposed of May 25th of this year and was given 43 days in the Hardin County Jail. Jefferson County charges are still pending. So I have filed this memo here. I'm sending to the clerk for approval to move forward on the second amended. Okay. What else? Anybody want to add something as far as bond is concerned? And if y'all can get that, we're getting it to you as soon as possible. So if y'all can get that second amended filed from probation, then we can move toward a resolution hearing in this case as soon as possible. They're adding, looks like at least 5 or 6 more allegations to the 15 that are already pending. What's disturbing are these allegations are not reporting, evading, the kinds of operating a motor vehicle in public places without an ID. So those are all disturbing. What conditions of probation could possibly be set based upon the kinds of violations it's alleged for him to have committed while on probation, where the threat of, what are these, state jail felonies?
Yes, Your Honor.
The threat of up to 2 years in the state jail on each case or over his head, which in 16 years, I don't really remember a motion to revoke probation that had 20 grounds, which is an appearance of complete frivolous response to the orders of this court. So the court infers certainly that this defendant could not have any conditions set that he would follow. And sitting in jail is truly the fair and safest place for him to be when the community is concerned. I'm going to try to, you know what these allegations are. Can y'all be ready in 2 weeks? They can. I'm more concerned about you, Mr. Catt. How about you?
Your Honor, I would like a little bit more time. I haven't even seen the new motion at this time. And also I'm going to have to I know the court gave its opinion as far as whether or not I'm able to get paid on this case, but I would like some time to maybe, I understand. I know it's not your problem, but I would like to have some.
I sympathize with you because I've been there too, but this is a case, these circumstances warrant the court to really have no choice on a bond. This is just, and plus he's on regular probation, which puts the ball really in the defendant's court, practically, to try to convince the court that there are some kinds of conditions that would be appropriate and safe for the community and things that the defendant would and could follow, which he has proven an absolute failure according to these motions. I mean, this is just very disturbing, to say the least. So I'll give you 3 weeks. How's that? 3 weeks. And if, look, you could always, the door's always open to convince me that you need additional time, but let's try to set this for 3 weeks as a target. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. That is all on Mr. Armstrong. Are you Richard Hernandez?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing today? Who's your attorney? Miss Fanfani? What are we going to do today?
Well, Your Honor, and it's just a coincidence that this has happened with 2 people. When I did go out to visit with this, he says he's already hired an attorney.
Who'd you hire?
And that he did not want
Do you have a lawyer?
Attorney.
Take your mask down so I can hear you. Go ahead and raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm any statement you make today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes, sir. Lower
your hand. Do you have an attorney in this case?
Walter Humphrey was supposed to have checked into this.
Who did he say?
Walter Humphrey.
Mr. Humphrey. Mr. Humphrey who passed away? That Mr. Humphrey? He's deceased.
I don't think so.
Oh, yes. I work for that man.
Oh,
A dear friend of mine. I went to the funeral. So I can assure you the man is deceased. Are you okay mentally?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I mean, that was big news because he was a very important man in this area. And we lost a great asset when we lost him. But everybody heard about that and knew about that. And that was a little ways back there.
Yeah, so that's what somebody told me. One of my family members told me this. That was 2 weeks ago. They were supposed to have checked on to this.
He's deceased.
And you
don't have a lawyer then, right? Other than Miss Mantellini has been appointed to represent you. I've got something else I got to figure out here. You refused to sign this affidavit of indigence so that back in April, when you were, I guess, arrested, the magistrate early in the morning talked to you and you refused to sign this or answer any questions. Are you able to hire a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Do you have money, do you?
Yes, sir. I got a bank account.
Okay. Well, okay. How much do you have?
Actually, it's a Capital One bank, but
how much do you have? How much money do you have so that I can put this in here in this affidavit of indigence so we know you are not indigent? If you're indigent, you have to have a lawyer appointed to represent you. If you can hire somebody, you can, but you're sitting there without a lawyer and you can't be just rotting in jail without a lawyer. You got to get a lawyer. How much money is at the bank?
About 126 gillion.
About 126 what?
Gillion.
How much is how many zeros is that, sir?
Well, it's after Cillion and Zillion, but you got Hillion and then Gillion.
How many zeros is that?
About 23.
Okay. And that's just sitting at the bank?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, there's some change that goes with it, but well.
In light of something that was recently brought to my attention by the district attorney's office and these responses, I would suggest to the court that it's possible we need to have an examination.
Follow that up with a short, succinct letter in writing, please. How much did you say? Tell me that again. What was the number?
126 gillion. Gillion.
And that's at Citibank?
Yes, Capital One Bank, Beaumont.
Capital, that's not Citibank's Capital. Capital One. And how many zeros with a Gillian?
Should be about, let's see, just 23, 24, 25. Make that 25.
I thought you said 26.
Well, no, 23.
What's your final answer?
Right.
25.
Right.
All right. Is that right? 25?
Yeah. You got to go double zero decimal, then you got the hundreds, thousands, millions, trillions, millions, trillions, zillions, zillion, hillion, and then you got 126 gillion. But you got money in between hillion down to the hundreds.
Well, that means, Mr. Hernandez, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're the richest man on the planet then, right?
Well, not yet, but I'm trying to.
Where are you? You've got to be in the top 10.
Well, I don't know.
Okay. Where did all that money come from? My goodness.
Actually, it's refund bail money.
It's what?
It's refund bail money. The y'all's courthouse put it in the bank. It's at Capital One Bank.
Okay. So Jefferson County was responsible for making you a multi-millionaire.
Right. It's was
that inadvertent? Was that a mistake or?
Oh no, sir. Not illegal or anything. So.
Okay. All right. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to continue until you get someone else hired. I'm going to continue to allow Miss Mantellini to help you and advise you as necessary. Do you understand? We will recess this case. I want an announcement here in 5 weeks. Okay, we'll reset it and see which direction Mr. Hernandez goes.
Yes.
You know, you're charged with this third-degree felony of failing to register as a sex offender. Also, right. It's alleged that you have in 2020, you were convicted in the 252nd District Court of Jefferson County, Texas, for the same offense. So what happens is your punishment increases up to a second-degree felony. You're looking up to 20 years in prison if found guilty. So it's very important that you make sure that you are very deliberate in the actions you take in this case. So make sure that Miss Mantellini you allow her to help you as best you can to navigate through this procedure as we move this case forward. Do you understand, sir?
Yeah, right.
Okay, we'll reset it. Okay, thank you. And that is all.
Right.
All right, we are in recess until 1:30. Tommy? 10-4, Tommy?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. We'll see you a little bit. Bye.